Hey guys, it's Paul from online Sax Academy, and today's lesson we've got to complete the 2-5-1 game, where we're going to be taking a really common jazz 2-5-1 lick and we're going to be using this to generate 9 other phrases. So as ever, first of all, you should get yourself the free PDF that accompanies today's lesson, and that's available in the link down below. And in that PDF you have all the examples that I play today. And this is available for alto sax, tenor sax and concert pitch instruments as well. And premium members should click on the premium content button, where you'll have access to this same PDF, but also transposed into all 12 keys. So no matter what 2-5-1 you want to work on, you'll have loads of examples that you can have a look at. So the idea behind this exercise is you're going to be learning how to take a common jazz lick and breaking it down into its component parts. And that makes it far more useful when you're improvising. You'll be able to swap in and out different pieces of language to create your own licks as well. So first of all, we're going to learn this example 2-5-1 lick. We're doing it in the key of C for alto saxes and the key of F for tenor saxes. And here's that phrase played through twice. Okay, so first of all what we're going to be doing is varying what we do on the 1 chord. We're going to keep the first 2 measures the same, and then when we land on the 3rd of the 1 chord, so for alto saxes you're starting off on the E of the 1 chord of C major, and for tenor saxes you're starting on your A of the F major chord. I then want you to improvise a finishing of the phrase, trying to keep it different each time. Now if you're not sure what to improvise with when you land on that 1 chord, then try first of all just using the chord tones of the 1 chord. So for alto sax we've got these notes, and for tenor sax you would have these notes. Okay, so next up we're going to be varying what we do on the 2 chord, the first measure. We're going to keep the 5 and the 1 exactly the same as the original lick, but now we're going to be starting off that phrase with something different each time. Now again, I'm going to give you 3 examples and then you can have a go at playing 3 variations yourself. And you can either choose to copy my examples or create your own. Now when I'm improvising here, what I'm really thinking about is heading towards the 3rd of the 5 chord, because that's the start of that set piece of language we're playing. So for alto sax, I'm thinking about heading towards that note B, and for tenor saxes, I'm thinking about heading towards that note E. Now again, if you're not sure what to improvise with when you're on this 2 chord, you can start with the chord tones. So for alto saxophones you would have these notes, and tenor sax you would have these notes. And this time remember, you're also holding in your mind that you're trying to land on that 3rd of the 5 chord, ready to play the set part of the phrase. Alright, so here's that second exercise. I'll play 3 examples and then you can play 3 examples on that 2 chord. Okay, and finally we're going to be varying what we do on the 5 chord. Because of the language we're playing on the 2 chord, I would start your 5 chord phrase on the 3rd. So for alto saxes, start your improvisation on that 5 chord on the note B, and for tenor saxes, start your improvisation on the note E. And again, as ever, if you're not sure what to play, the chord tones will sound great. So you can always just use the chord tones for G7 for alto saxes and the chord tones for C7 for tenor saxes. Now this time you've got that starting note of you're starting on the third, and we are also thinking about heading to the third of the one chord. So you want to play a phrase that takes you towards the E of the C major chord for alto saxes, or the A of the F major chord on tenor saxes. Now varying this 5 chord can be tricky as well because it's sandwiched right in between your 2 chord and your 1 chord. So of course, remember, you can always slow the video down with the YouTube playback speed settings. And of course, you can step away from the backing track and try to improvise something in free time and get your fingers really used to those chord tones and any chromatic passing notes and enclosures if you're starting to improvise with those kinds of things before you then try to do it with the backing track. All right, so here's that example on this one. As ever, I'll do 3 example phrases and then you can have a go for 3 times. Now as a bit of a bonus with this, any of those 2 chord example phrases I've played will combine nicely with any of the 5 chord phrases I've played, and any of those 5 chord phrases will lead on nicely to any of the 1 chord phrases I've played. So in theory, you could create 27 different pathways through just combining the 3 different phrases we have for each of those 3 chords. So along with playing those example phrases I've got, you can try kind of mixing and matching around those example phrases I've given you to create brand new phrases as well. And the more you do this, the more you get a sense of how these phrases are created, and it makes it much easier then when you go to start improvising your own phrases. So don't forget to head over to Online Sax Academy to get the free PDF of everything I've played today, and have a look at the memberships page where you'll see everything we have on offer. Premium members have access to all the premium content in the YouTube library. They have access to all the lessons on the courses page, as well as all the resources I have on the online shed, and of course the private forum as well, where you can ask me questions and connect with other members. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.